Wow, that title. I don't know, guys. The show's getting a little meta for my taste. Well, welcome to the episode that parodies the average life of the brony, or well, the convention scene, besides that other one. And I know I'll get people in the comments confused if I don't mention this fact, but we do have a special guest for the episode, Patton Oswalt. For those who don't know, he does stuff. Well, he's most famous for his stand-up and voicing Remy the Rat in Ratatouille, but he's also famous for Professor Dementor. He's like a fun Kim Possible villain, you know, German accent, Napoleon complex. That means he's short but has a big ego.
Do you think maybe he's compensating for something?
As far as the episode itself, it instead places itself as a parody of brony culture and geek culture as a whole, which I end up finding a little pandery but still a fun adventure. The episode begins as Rainbow is packing for said convention, specifically the Rainbow Dash 2.0 convention. Gee, that's oddly specific. Ugh. Cut to the convention itself, where instead of panels and other events, the convention seems to be contained in this one room. They have activities like LARPing,
live action role playing.
Thunder! Thunder! Thy art slain.
ball pits and interactive displays, and other things. Ew. Exciting! You can also buy stuff.
I have to buy one, a ticket, I got to buy.
So Rainbow meets our Patton for the day here, in the form of an obsessed fanboy who has an eye for detail. Doesn't that sound familiar?
I mean, how much more could you possibly fuck up the entire backstory to Star Wars?
Rainbow and the pony Quibble Pants, it's funny because he doesn't wear pants, end up bonding over their interests, until Rainbow discovers that Quibble refuses to believe anything after the third Daring Do book is canon, or really happened in the course of the series, which is the biggest gripe for the episode for me. Here Quibble lives in a world of talking unicorns and shit, and he has problems behind the physics of one adventure book series. That's like Ash Ketchum saying that he doesn't believe vampires exist, even though he's like catching pocket-sized ones. Please don't make that crossover, please. I'm sitting here like, a magical horse god raises your son, and bitch got problems with Indiana Jones pony? The fuck? Rainbow actually knowing Daring and RL, and also being through all the shit she has, she argues with him about it, which to Quibble just looks like her failing to see logic and reason. Also magical horse god. Anyway, after a mix-up, Quibble and Rainbow get abducted by the real Car or Revolt, whatever. Quibble think it's part of that whole role-playing adventure thing that I mentioned earlier, complete with making fun of how lame the adventure is set up.
Surely you know of my work.
Sorry,
Think for a minute.
I really don't know.
Doctor.
You have something that doesn't belong to you, Doctor. What was it again?
Doctor, he said it was, something.
Draken.
Dr. Draken.
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Also, hey Dusty! After the stitch gets more real and after Quibble survives some of the more odd circumstances himself, imagine that. He starts to warm to Dash's theories until he meets the real Daring Do and skips the temple and yada yada yada.
Yada yada yada, I'm still single.
Well, we end the episode after the revelation that different people like different things about fiction, while I'm still here having a hard time believing that Quibble has doubts about meeting the real Daring Do, and what do I know, I guess. If you get over the setup and odd potency, this episode places itself to make fun of the subject of our little fandom and fandoms as a whole. I'm sure this was an episode that the staff wanted to do for some time, as the Brony thing is an odd thing in pulp culture, and very few shows, have whole conventions dedicated to them. You need to go to Comic-Con for that shit. And as meta as this episode is, and let's face it, how alienating it can be to an audience that doesn't understand either bronies or nerd culture as well, let's just say bronies. It's still a fun episode that plays with the idea of Rainbow's obsession with Daring Do. Not that obsession is wrong or anything.
I was wondering, how did you feel working with Discord?
Well, I did work with him,
He's
but
kind of standing in the back of the room.